everyone. Today we are back again with the episode of Alumni interview series, and today we have with us Deepayan Chatterjee, associate consultant at Infosys. So, how do you feel coming back to KSOM?
It's a very big and occasion to be a part of this alma mater for a long time. Though I've been always a part of KIT for a very long time, and coming back to KSM is a different experience in terms of the ambience which I have got and the exposure in my life which I have got from KSM was a huge boost in my life. So whatever I am currently, it's because of KSOM only, and especially thanks to all my professors, even my juniors and seniors who have been always constantly behind me during my whole journey. So yeah, it can't be explainable how big an occasion to be back here. Every time I do visit Bhubaneswar, I do come KIT and KSOM as well, and I do have these connections with my juniors, seniors, and my professors, and I do share my experience and I take the learnings, because this is a place where you will get your basic information. Maybe you are currently into a different profile and job where you are, but your career has always started from here, and you should never forget the basics. Keep learning is an attitude, but you should not forget the basics. So whatever we learn here, that is what we implement. The practical sense of implementation is exactly in the corporate, yes, but yes, the basic starts from here. Currently being a part in the operations department of where I'm working as a supply chain admin. So in supply chain, whatever I have learned, obviously at the earlier stages on the in my past life, I have never have got idea regarding supply chain, but whatever I have got from here in KSOM was first because of the operation subject. We have it in the first year. Then from first year, that basic was a building blocks towards the advancement of what we study in second year. So in the second year, I took supply chain management analytics as a subject. So I have got a relevant amount of knowledge there, and that actually helped me during my interviews going ahead for Infosys. So yes, it's a proud moment to be part of such a corporate, and proud moment to have been got this opportunity where currently I'm sitting. It's KSM only. So yeah.
So, talking about your profile, you said that that plays an important role after doing a MBA as well.
Correct, yeah.
So, you come from a BTech background. So, shifting to MBA, how did you decide on your specializations that you took?
Actually, in Hindi we call it ek se bhale do. So that is the first thing. But yes, so BTech is a completely different science in the entire opportunities or the profile where you go, and MBA is completely different thing. So let me clarify that at first. So coming back to MBA, because I have always wanted my career to be what I am. So engineering, because in the circle of life, when we talk about the circle of life where we when we are born, so parents will be first telling to go to school, then to the higher studies, then to the college. So the college are mainly focused and forced to be an engineer these days in India, but it does not work that way. So I was one of them who was forced, but later on I recognized that I have to do something to earn my bread and butter. So obviously I came to KIT, but yes, it changed my entire living habitats in the whole of my 4 years during my BTech. So at the same time, then I actually thought that is it where I'm currently looking forward to. So I got my experience from my corporate world, because I was a part of mechanical, and then I went to IBM, so which is an IT field. So both are two different categories in their own domain, but both are like a big knowledge in their own domain. So but yes, it was a different kind of experience in both mechanical as in learning, and IT what I will say, that IT experience was completely different. So when I have that experience in me to learn two different knowledge, then I thought, okay, add third one to it. So that was the reason when I planned for MBA. So the majorly MBA I did because I always felt I was good at being connected with different people. So I always felt that HR and marketing will be my goal going ahead. So that is the reason I did it in MBA for. But at the end of the day what happens, that you know what you are, but you know what you want to try in your life. So both are, you want to take experience of many things. So the exposure and the explore of life are the things which will give you an entire idea of what you want to in your future. So luckily I got my KSOM during after my all my exams, all the exams of MBA. Then when I came here, then I thought that okay, marketing and HR, which I have planned of earlier, will be my specialization. But later on, when I came to know, then I changed from MBA to analytics. So there I thought that okay, HR is something, it's an art. HR is always an art, and I always feel a motivation, personality and behavior of a person cannot change in a semester.
Correct.
It has to be for a long duration, a long period. It's actually the habit what you have developed from your childhood. So I thought that okay, let me first add my profile of IT to the in the study scenario. So then I actually included analytics as one of my specialization, and I always was dreaming towards that goal. So currently my interests and my studies are going on for data science, which actually encouraged by my professors of analytics here, and it was entire batch where the analytics have started, because that was the passion behind what we study. So MBA for all the students, I'll say from my experience to my juniors, there is majorly the passion you have to have for your specializations and your course. So that will actually help you to understand what you are going to do in future.
Exactly.
So that will motivate you, give us an encouragement. And yes, KSOM is that that place in India where you will get the trainings from the professors in the most organized way and the most presentable way, because
And also to point out, most friendly way.
yeah, exactly the friendly nature, because you can ask the professors doubt in the classrooms or in outside as well, and whenever you want to, maybe on a ground, maybe on a hostel, maybe in their cabins. But yes, they are the ones who actually revise you the same topics again and again. So they make you completely an corporate equipped person. So the measure of this entire study will only help you to grow better, and your studies will always keep enhancing, because you will then get the interest and you will always memorize what you have learned. So I always believe that in case of the studies which the courses being offered in KSOM, the subjects what we study, they have a different a curriculum to it that we call as, if they make you as semester ready as well as interview ready as well. Those terminologies, those small terms, they keeps on repeating and memorizing you. It starts from first year, it ends in the end of the second year. So this exposure, this training, along with to add it, we have the training for communication and aptitude as well. That is actually help you during the placement time.
Placement time, yeah.
So if I mix the training, the domain knowledge and your passion, the passion and dedication towards your subject, towards your specialization, if that is good, you will 100% do it. So that has actually happened to me. I have been blessed to be a part of this institute, though it's been almost 13 years now sitting over here, but I have got all my experiences, all my exposures here. So that makes me revisit this place again and again, and to meet my professors, because whenever I come, if I have anything doubt in my corporate life as well, I do share with my professors. I still get my doubts clear.
Correct.
Or either I get the help. I am currently had a session with a few of my professors yesterday. So I got few knowledge regarding my data science. So they were asking, Deepan, you were lacking here and there. So make sure that these are the things you go ahead and practice it. And we are always there. We are a phone call away. So that speaks volume about the entire the group of professors who are constantly behind you. So if it is happens for an alma mater who has passed out in 2021, so obviously it will be a boost for the current generation and the current batch.
The point to mark here is that what you said, that even though you come from a mechanical background, right, and then you shifted to IT and then you took analytics, so this should not demotivate any person to believe that you cannot shift to any other department apart from what you had in your graduation, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that is a good point said by you. Thing is, we always should be flexible enough. to
Correct.
take the the knowledge which is coming our way.
Be it any domain.
Be it any domain, yes, exactly, because see, the world is going in all different directions. It is not stagnant anymore. So every day new things are coming up and new things are evolving. So if you don't have that flexibility
Correct.
to take up the learning, it's a very huge challenge. So that when coming back to the learnings, it can be over any source of media, may it be from an article, may from a newspaper, maybe from an internet source, and above all, it can be experience shared by seniors,
Junior.
and you have to keep it in mind. The juniors have that experience
Exactly.
also currently, so they are also tech savvy nowadays. The young generation coming up, so they are also the ones who can give you the young ideas, because every person in the world, and like as I said, five fingers are not same, so everyone has their own capabilities and understanding.
Correct.
So they, when they share, you should take it in a positive sense. So the way you should take is, you should be humble enough to take the learnings. So you should be flexible in all domains coming up. So if you're working in a manufacturing industry, that does not mean you should not know about what is happening in the other industries. Or if it is, but take an example, it's going to a completely different picture. If you are sitting in taking knowledge about the IT industry, that does not mean what is happening in the medical industry.
Correct.
So nowadays everything is more or less interlinked. At the same time, you should have the knowledge of everything, because the time has become so fast, and it has become so, the technologies are coming up so faster, that you have to be completely at the pace of learning and getting the ideas coming from this. So yes, that is the reason why I said that, may it be mechanical, may it be analytics, may it be marketing, to a certain extent, this job and this learnings help me a lot. It does not mean that I have studied mechanical or I have forgotten it, but yes, I do keep an eye of what is happening in the manufacturing sector as well. And currently, yes, talking about mechanical, currently as I'm into operations, so that does help a bit. So again, so few memories of those old studies are coming out. Yeah, currently.
Yeah. So talking about your internship experience, so how do you feel that your internship experience has impacted while you joined the organization after doing your MBA?
Uh, I mean, that's a huge boost towards my uh, current profile and the interviews which I have cleared. So talking about the internship, I did my internship in the year of 2020 during the COVID. So into an insurance company. So the marketing, all the terminologies, what we have studied, all those techniques, all those small tips and tricks which our professors have given us, and few from the seniors as well during that time, have really helped me to do the best during my internship, to get a right knowledge, and right phase was already given. So now is the time to deliver and implement. So that exposure, if we would not have got,
Exactly.
which is a part of which is a big asset in KSOM, we would not have, I would not have at least cleared or done good in internship. So that internship has given me job. Okay, Ratli, she does not know, but I'll share with her as well now, that I've got a placement with ITC as well for one, for that reason, because the internship what I did was from a marketing background, and ITC I have cleared due to that only. So I could share all the knowledge, because both are into sales profile. So those learnings, both in terms of the practical and in terms of the marketing, so both combining both into the culmination of all those things, the amalgam which I can say, when I put forward and presented in front of ITC, they were really happy to understand that, okay, so KIT is a place where people do get good amount of exposure. It's not that these people are coming for an interview just for free, just for fun, but it's exactly, they're talking some sense behind it.
Correct.
So that is what actually has given me an internship. The experience was so big that I could bag on placement. So anyways, I worked with ITC for 1 month, and yes, even in practical, that practicals, as I have worked 1 month in the CFP division, which we call as a cigarette division. So entire 1 month I was there, and all those small teachings, all small terminologies which we came across during our quizzes, projects, coming out of projects, assignments, and obviously the books. So the way teachers have make us, when they have explained that the entire concept has helped me to actually put forward and implement those in the field, in the market visits, where whenever I used to do. Okay, so I have used few of the strategies, because terminologies and explanations all comes with strategies. So MBA is a study where you, in the earlier in our life, what we used to do, we used to write the definitions, but here is to first you have to give the example, then you have to write the definition.
Correct.
So this ideology, it's itself a big strategy. So that is what we actually could implement during my field visits and during my interview with ITC. So it's really been doing, I mean, like, that was one of my biggest experience. Again, being not working in marketing or in the FMCG industry now, though I am in IT, but that field has also helped me a lot.
Yeah, so you gave a very nice tip to students, which I would like to point out once again. That is, for cracking any interview, you first need to give an example of what you are being asked, right? Because definitions is not what they are looking for. It is the actual application that they are looking
Exactly,
for.
exactly.
So yeah, thank you for that tip. The next thing is that since you have worked for so many years in corporate, so can you point out 3 qualities that a student must have?
First of all, let me point it out, as you said rightly, regarding the experience. First thing I'll say, that you should be open to challenge, open to take up any challenges, open to work in a team. You cannot have a single individual attitude to work.
Correct.
Okay, that don't work hand in hand. So the cohesion, which we in HR terminology said, is about the cohortness. So you should have that cohort attitude towards your the peers. And secondly, take up all the learnings which which the organization gives you, and whatever field they pushes you, you should always give your best. Take up the learning, ask them the doubts. Again, the same formula which we actually do it in our uh, college. This is the basic building block, as I've already said you, that both the phases, may it be a bachelor's, may it be master's, whatever it is, but your college, your alma mater gives you that idea, that how to put forward yourself during your corporate life, because corporate life no one is going to teach you. You have to learn by yourself, or you have to be open enough to ask them the doubts. There will be no teachers, the so-called professors, no more in your office, and no one will force you or ask you that, hey, are you doing your work, are you studying or not, are you taking the learnings. No one is going to say you that.
Correct.
Because everyone there, as we call it, peers, they all are into a competitive attitude of mind.
Correct.
So you have to be completely in all the three qualities as your work. So obviously you have to be open to the challenge, able to take any challenges. Second, you should work in a group or a team. You have to be completely open-minded in that. And third, take the learnings and learn forever.
Exactly.
Salary
Learning-
does matter, but at the same time, if you are not into good learnings, no one is going to give you your salary or any appreciation or hike, any accreditation as well. Nothing. The only thing is, you should keep learning. If you keep learning, showcase your talent or your intelligence, give any ideas, strategies, what you have learned for so many years in college. If you implement there, if you really deliver it, don't mind. There is no company in the world that are not going to give you good perks or good salary.
Thank you so much for giving your valuable time.
Thank you.
But before we leave, any message to your batchmates?
Dinesh?
Batchmates.
To all my batchmates, first of all, it's a privilege to be a part of the 2019-21 group of KSOM, as well as 2010-2014 a batch of KIT mechanical. It's a really two journeys are two quite different from each other, but the only heart and soul is, as I say in all my posts, if anyone is looking, I have seen it. It's as always I say it, hashtag forever Kittian. So it's how much I love my alma mater, as well as all my batchmates, even my juniors and seniors to be also, because they have been wonderful, and they have been always been my constant force and a beacon of light for all these years. all my professors, entire KIT University, may it be KSOM, KIT University in whole. People from, you will get inspiration in KIT right from a very small group of people, maybe someone who is cleaning your rooms, to our founder, Dr. Achita sir. In that the entire university is itself an inspiration in its own way. So the ambience, the environment, this ecosystem, it's itself a different ecosystem altogether, the entire university. So currently running my 13th year sitting and giving this interview, but yeah, that experience what I've got will remember till my life, and anyways I'm implementing in my life daily, day in day out. So all the experiences with my friends, my professors, and above all my parents, who have already gave me that confidence to study in this college, because obviously I have been out of my home for 10 years and being a part of KIT University. So at times it happens that I don't want to go out from this place to my home. I do remember those old days, but yeah, uh, it's a different experience, and I'm completely into goosebumps and getting emotional talking about KIT more, because it's every year or every twice a year I do come up here. So yeah, that's a completely different feeling, and whatever I have got in my life, in my entire personality has changed because of KIT. And the professional attitude can only develop if your personality is very strong. So obviously a credit to it, to the entire university.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for watching. Please do like, comment and share.